Thank you. Okay. Let's take it from here. Let me start with One Man Went to Moo. One Man Went to Moo. You're joining us today. How are you doing today, sir? Good evening to you.
I'm good. Good to be here, Elvis. Good day to your panel, and Happy New Year to your audience. It's been a
Happy
moment.
New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much. I'll let you talk to us, although you are the second person on the panel, but the first person left and he just came back now. So yes, talk to us.
Right. I'm not quite sure. We're not visible on the screen. I'm not quite sure what format you're running. But yes, I
Yes,
just
but
popped,
we can hear you. Don't worry, we can hear you.
yes. I just popped in to say hello, to catch up with you where you are, where your narrative is, where your space is. Obviously, we're now rested in a new administration, and the administration is trying to realign the country. So I'm just really gauging the temperature of your space in terms of the realignment going on of the Nigerian state.
Mm. Okay. All right. But I guess you're listening to all my presentations today. For
Well, no,
example,
I cut it halfway because I only came in just
okay, Amila has been indicted for corruption. What can you say about that? And what is on your screen right now? 1,900 repentant Boko Haram, released into the streets.
Well, in terms of Gbajabia Miller, I can only quote you a quotation from Obasanjo, who famously said, allegations are allegations and anything can be alleged. So Gbajabia Miller does have a long history of corruption, by the way, so I'm not quite sure why he was appointed into that space. I'm not quite sure how deep your history of Gbajabia Miller goes, but he actually ran away from the United States under allegations of corruption, which he was actually indicted for. He was a lawyer in the United States, and I think he was actually struck off from actually one of the states in the United States for somewhat manipulating the funds of a client. So he has a deep history of corruption, and it doesn't. It's very ineffectual in that position as well. So it's a real mystery why Gbajabia Miller is in that position, because the natural fit for that position would have been somebody like Fashola. But then, of course, Gbajabia Miller and corruption, there's no news there. He has a long
Okay.
history of
Oh, wonderful. For the first time, what's happening? Are you sure this is the
What do you mean
same
for
one
the
man
first
that
time? What are you talking about?
is it the same one man that I know? Because the same one man that I know is a biased one man, or is it because
No,
you guys have succeeded stealing the election and you've run away with it? Now you are not
no.
trying to
I
be
thought you
straightforward.
moved on from that sort of
Move on from where people are suffering. What are you
Well,
talking
no,
about?
people are suffering. But do you know why people are suffering? You see, the conversation has to be nuanced now because we're on a 4-year journey now to the next election. So we cannot continue to harp on. We can't hold in abeyance just staying in February 2023. So whatever your thoughts are, the situation we find ourselves now is the situation we find ourselves. And if Tinubu does not succeed, the consequence of that will be vested on the Nigerian people. So it is in all our interest for him to succeed. Opposition. And by the way, I don't actually like the way the opposition is being played. It's sort of a negative condemnation of any and everything. That's not opposition. That's just a campaign of calumny. So if you want to have an opposition, you can negate whatever the country, the sitting government is doing. You can negate it if you find it somewhat negative. But instances where you agree, you can agree, but then put an inflection on it that you can do it better. So all of these are screaming and screeching and running up the hills, every single thing. It's not really opposition, very very quickly.
Mr. Elvis,
Sorry,
Elvis,
am I allowed to
can,
speak?
can
Or
I inter, can I interject you for a second,
No,
please?
hold on. Let him finish his statement.
Okay.
You can ask him questions. Go ahead.
So that is the point. We need an effective and an effectual opposition to hold the sitting government, whoever the sitting government is, by the way. We need an effective and an effectual opposition to hold the feet of the sitting government to the coal and sweat them hard, because it is in that sweating them hard that the best will be gotten for the Nigerian state. So now we don't really have an opposition because the PDP is dead, and the only green shoots, the only flickering light in the ethers that looks somewhat like an opposition is the obedient space. So they need to come on a national service by being an effective opposition rather than some parochial, predictable noise in the ethers. So that element of predictability has to be removed, and they have now to organize as a real opposition party because the space is there for them to occupy. And if they're not able to occupy that until a PDP is able to recalibrate, and they will regret that to their peril. So all this flapping of the feathers and wailing and gnashing all of the time, that's very good for the, that's
Okay.
raw meat to the carnivores, isn't it? So it's
Okay.
just, you are throwing the raw meat that these people know. You have to be a bit more nuanced, not you especially, not you, but that opposition space. They have to be a bit more nuanced and a bit more clever in the steppings in how they go about opposing. So they have to present a viable an alternative, not just look, all of this as screeching
Okay.
and
All right.
squealing.
One man. All right. Thank you. Somebody wanted to ask a question earlier on. Mr. Jonathan, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I want to ask the gentleman, since he's saying that the opposition right now is not being done the way it should be done. Maybe you will tell us the way opposition should be. Because from what you said is that everything, and that's one. Then two, maybe you will also tell us at least two things that you believe that Mr. Tinubu has done so far that is in the favor of the ordinary Nigerians, that will benefit ordinary Nigerians. So maybe we know, let us see your position on those policies, at least two of them. Then we can take it on from there. Whether
In
it is the
terms of
right
the
policies.
opposition, I believe he answered that already. He said PDP is dead, and you and I know PDP is dead. They are not doing their job.
No, I'm talking right now. When I'm talking of opposition, I'm talking of Peter Obi now. What he has been doing, playing the role of opposition. Let him come. Maybe he will tell us better the way it should have been done going forward. And two, let him tell us at least two. I want to hear from you. Two policies from Mr. Tinubu so far that you believe are in the best interest of the ordinary Nigerians.
Okay, thank you. Wama, take that. Thank you.
All right. So sorry, what's the chap's name? Sorry, what's your name?
Mr. Jonathan.
Oh, okay. So all right. Thank you, Jonathan. So Jonathan, we can have this conversation intelligently, and I'm sure you have the capacity for that. There are several things that Tinubu has done that will ultimately be to the benefit of the people. But what is going on in Nigeria at the moment are blank checks signed severally over the course of 30, 40 years that are now being cashed. This is what is going on. So blank checks that has been signed over the course of several decades are now being cashed now. So what am I talking about? That excessive looting or that extremely. Did you know that 40% of the national revenue was going towards oil subsidy for decades and decades? So those were checks. Did you know that the price of the naira was never whatever it was before that subsidy on the naira was removed? So the naira was artificially priced. And of course, if it is artificially priced, the differential between the price that it is trading at and its actual price has to be met by somebody. So that comes from the national coffers. So that was a subsidy as well. So that was where I'm not sure if you saw that clip of, I can't quite remember the name of the senator from the north, that it says if you get an alert from a Emefiele, that is a dollar transaction coming in. So there was a lot of arbitrage in that space. So all of that now has been pulled. So all of that now
Okay,
being
so what is two visible policies that Tinubu have put
no,
in
that's
for the
what I
common
said.
people?
The removal of the
Mr. Najawa,
subsidy.
when will this
No,
be my
hold on,
turn,
let him
please?
finish, sir, please. Let him, Mr. Alex, let him finish. The removal of the subsidy is like is a slap on the faces of Nigerians. That
Mr.
is the
Elvis,
beginning of the pains that we all are
Mr.
No,
facing.
Elvis,
that's your
Mr.
understanding of it,
Elvis,
of course, but
Mr.
it's more
Elvis,
nuanced than that.
Mr. Elvis. And
Yes, sir.
what's your name? What's your name too?
One
Let me address you
one man
appropriately.
went to moon. That's what we call
Well,
it.
okay, one man went to moon. Let me put it to you now, expressly, that subsidy has not been removed. If you want to have that conversation, maybe we can, if there is time. So you can be deceived, right? Subsidy has not been removed. Again, a typical Nigerian politician, vague. Two things Tinubu has done. You can just that a layman, a primary six child can just grab it, put it out there. None.
I
The
gave you
subsidy,
two. I told you
let me,
two.
let me tell you, subsidy has not been removed. How can you even say that? How can you even come out and say that lie? That subsidy okay. What is the rate of dollar now? Official rate.
Sorry.
No, no,
I'm not
I'm
stopping you.
asking you now.
Let
What
me
is
ask you a question, and then you can follow through.
yeah.
What's the subsidy line in the budget? Where is that line for subsidy in the budget that was
what
released?
what the line for? What do you mean the line for subsidy? The amount of money that will be that will be
Yeah,
taken.
where was the budget? Because I read through the
No,
budget
no, 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 no.
three
The
times.
thing is
I
that
never saw
there is
a
no,
line
there
for
is
subsidy
no,
in there.
there is no line. There is no. They said they have removed subsidy, but I'm telling you, because numbers cannot lie. Subsidy has not been removed, and
Yes.
let's
So where
just
is
okay.
this? Where is
What
it
is the
budgeted for? Where? That's my question. The budget. I'm sure you've read the budget as well.
uh-huh.
Where is
Yeah.
it budgeted for?
There is no line. There is no line for subsidy on the
Can
budget. But
I come in, guys?
so what I'm telling you is this. I just answer my question. At least a simple one. What is the official rate of dollar now? Official rate of US dollar to naira.
Look, I
Don't let
don't
us
track.
wait.
I
No,
don't
don't
track.
let us waste time. Don't let
I
us
don't track.
waste time.
Yes.
The
Yes.
official rate for dollar now as of today is 892 naira. 892 naira to a dollar. And they are selling crude, they are selling petrol for 700 naira. Are they selling the
Okay.
petrol for dollar in Nigeria or for naira? They are
Okay, let
selling the
him answer
petrol.
that
They
so
are
that I
selling
can
the
move to Mr.
petrol.
Alex quickly. Mr. Jonathan, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You can expatiate on that later on once it's done
Yeah.
because we have a lot of people here already. Mr. Alex, you wanted to ask a question so they can take
No,
you
I
together.
just want to know when is my turn. I want to talk. I don't want to engage
Okay, that's
in a Baba Bobby
Okay.
Gore party with
No,
people who are
yeah, no, settle
sympathizers
down,
of.
all right.
Honorable
Let him finish.
Egbaevo.
One man, please round up
Yeah,
to 2 minutes.
no, actually, let me stop here so that I don't want to hold the place to host. Like I said, I just really popped in to say hello. So let me stop and let other people speak.
All right, one man, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you. Please stand for what is right. As you know, I don't know how you can work to repair your reputation that you damaged throughout the election period. You know, as you know,
How was my reputation
yeah,
damaged?
a lot of people know this, but I don't want to go there. But like I said, instead of you defending or arguing
By
about it,
calling the election the
it's
right,
better,
everything I said about the election panned out.
you know, yeah,
Everything I
Sure, you are.
said about that election panned out,
a lot of people
including
have
how
different
Peter Obi will perform, how everybody will perform, what the
all right.
scores will be. I
Like I
singularly, in
said,
all of the states,
your
I
submission
got it right.
today,
Everybody else
one
got it
man,
wrong. So how
one
how is
man,
my
your submission today, I personally am satisfied with it. All right, you know, even though you could not give a answer to the two policies that Tinubu have
I
given
did.
to the
I
common
said
people.
removal of oil and naira subsidy. I did give
No,
an
the
answer.
subsidy is not removed, but don't worry, we'll be expatiating on that soon. You'll be listening. It's not removed. You know, that is what you the bestowed on your head, and that is what you're carrying on your platform. Subsidy was never removed and all that, but we're going to be talking about that shortly. But nevertheless, like I said, you know, nobody's perfect. You can start working on your damaged reputation, you know, for you Not, you cannot damage your reputation because of one particular person, so, but your submission today shows that maybe probably you are already genuinely working on it, or rather you are systematically working on it. But meanwhile, let me move on to the next person to speak to us. Mr. Alex.
Thank you for having me, Elvis.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Alex, please talk
Thank
to
you.
us. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say greetings from my domicile, and Mr. Enajawa, thank you for offering us your social media synagogue, or your social media house of learning, that is. Thank you for being our Zimbabwean Harare. Thank you for being our social media Pichichi. I say, may God bless you and may your days be long. For me, I'm not surprised when a president has a Gbajabia Mila in his cabinet, a criminal in America. The same president has somebody who is being indicted for stealing, allegedly transferring money to her private account. Listen, you only surround yourselves with people that are like you. What were the conversations during the electionary campaign? Produce your certificates. Narcotic activities. Proven. So you can show me your friend, I will tell you who you are. If you have a president whose faucet origo, whose origin is shrouded in cataclysm. So these are a bunch of criminals in charge of the country. The country has been kidnapped by looters, by liars, by heartless set of people. It's not emotion. This is just the truth. It's been more than 6 months in government. What can we boast of? Why are they not probing the previous administration? Where is Buhari and his atrocities? Amnesty International said 1,175,000 souls were lost to insecurity orchestrated by the cabal in power, APC cabal. Buhari's government came out with Laya Mohammed and Festus Keyamu to say it was just 67,000. Let's assume they are right. Look at what the leader is saying. Meanwhile, the fundamental duty of every government at every strata or level is to provide security of lives and property. What a paradox. It's not just paradoxical. It's not just nonsensical. In fact, it's a political non sequitur. So we have people who just go around who are on payroll to go to cushion the effect on social media. They are the social media food soldiers for the drug baron Kum president in Nigeria. So for me, I'm not surprised. A tree can only give birth to, its fruits. Show me a tree and I will show you the fruits. Thank God, my dear brother, one man went to sky, one man went to moon. Said Gbajabamila was, if I pronounce the name well, was indicted. And I've got that information. So a president that said he's capable, a president that said he's visionary, a president that said he's intelligent, a president that said he's smart, a president that won election under, beavers being switched off, a president who was announced 4 a.m. where everybody is sleeping, has criminals in his cabinet. And you tell me it's a coincidence. I said Kabuto reject him. It's not a coincidence. And somebody wants us to move on from that. Where lives were lost, where a ethnic tribe was profiled, shops were burnt down, people's lives were taken. As we speak, there is no way forward with this government. They are not fixing nothing. The refinery is not working. Our currency is going on a nosedive against the dollar, weakening the purchasing power of the citizens. Inflation is going up. It's going to the moon, just like one man went to the moon. So for me, I just feel we should be honest to ourselves, in spite of the kickback we get from those in power. We must keep checkmating these people. This is the land I was given by my forefathers. I will not forfeit it for any political charlatans. No, I won't. I will not leave Edo State, Benin City, my village, for the government with their rascality. People are building Singapore. It did take them 20 years. People are building Malaysia. It didn't take them 20 to 30 years. People are building, Rwanda. It didn't take them 15 years. I know you're going to come up with all sorts of fallacies and theories to debunk my political hypothesis, but it's okay. The sky is wide enough for all birds to fly. But let me tell you, the number of people losing their lives due to your wickedness in contributing to the wickedness of these men and women in power, lack of medicals, lack of infrastructure like good roads, those who losing their lives through accidents, through medical, inadequacies, through, policies that are aimed against the citizen. When one curse is laid on these people, 3 curses are coming to you. So be careful. Up till now, I don't even know the path they are going. It's all about this one stole money, that one stole money. It's all about reading speech upon speech. How are you tackling security? The borders are porous. We have Sharia law in one side, we have Nigerian constitution in one side, and you tell me we are one country. And we shouldn't talk about it. We should move on. We should just continue to dance with the status quo as if we are dummies. I shouldn't discuss the naira to dollar. I shouldn't discuss the borrowed funds that are being looted by this present APC government. Buhari did his own. I shouldn't discuss how I can't buy a bag of rice to feed my family. I shouldn't discuss how the school fees it's been taken from the rich of the common man. And these people enjoyed free education. Meals at schools in the 70s. And I should just keep quiet. I should be a good person. I should not shout. No, I should be calm. I should be a pope. In a Catholic church. I should be, we should swallow it up because we are Nigerians. And you live abroad. You live abroad with a nomenclature that cannot be verified. And you are working for these people. Your reward is coming. It's just a matter of time. By now, you should have been hearing that they are declaring a state of emergency in the southeast to arrest the political restiveness there. Or you should have been hearing that they are declaring a state of emergency on electricity, on constitutional amendments, or revisiting the national confab held by Good Luck administration. You should be hearing that they are making arrests over insecurity because Dubai or the United Arab Emirates released a statement that there are people in federal government sponsoring Boko Haram and banditry. I shall be hearing that these things are because, like they are really hitting the ground running, but they are not doing anything. They are all looting money left, right, center. That's all we wake up to hear. This is in Nigeria we should give our children. For me, I say cabo to the detriment, and we keep talking. It took more than 30 years for Nelson Mandela and his friends to bring to pass the dream against oppressive, repressive, apartheid regime. It took a lot of years for Rwanda to stand up. People were talking, conversing, teaching people. What are we asking for? We're asking for the right to live, secure the country, give us electricity, we will pay. Make sure the country is really on a quota system in reality. No section of the country should be, thinking they are born to rule, they are in charge of the country. If you cannot do that, let everybody go their way. Is it a crime to live a marriage where you are being abused? A marriage where you are being beaten on a daily basis? Scotland is still agitating to leave. Catalonia want to leave from Spain. So listen guys, we are being kidnapped. Our nation is being kidnapped. All we hear is borrowing, nothing more. They are not thinking of returning farmers to the farm or encouraging students to go back to school. They are not thinking about that. It's not their business. Nobody's talking about Nnamdi Kanu's case against the court ruling. Name 2 achievements or one laudable achievement of this government, apart from continuing from where Buhari started. If they are serious, Buhari should be behind bars. Lai Mohammed should be behind bars. Festus Keyamo, the disgraced son, should be behind bars. The former vice president, who is a normal citizen right now, should be answering questions just now in their role in the insecurity saga. We live in a country where a whole railway line was kidnapped. Abuja Kaduna train was kidnapped. For 6 months, citizens were paying ransom to bail themselves. And we have a commander-in-chief led by APC party. The same APC is in power. A tune of 6 billion naira was paid. And you are telling me we should not talk. No. Because we are ideological dwarf. We cannot think. No, not us in Benin. Not us in Benin. For me, Just like the ancient Roman kingdom, I see them falling. They will fall because it's already hitting them so hard. Peter Obi is a gentleman. If he was not a gentleman, you could have kissed this country goodbye. It would have been so bloody. Trust me. You can't try this to Bobby Wine in Uganda. You can't try this to even Showore, our own Showore in Nigeria. You can't. You can't steal their mandate, broad daylight. Thank your stars for the nature of Peter Obi. So, Mr. Najawash, I want you to know that Gbajabiamila and the president are the same. They are the same people. They came from America. They have history of criminality. One on drugs, one on fraud, and everything. And also, they have a lot of them there. Where is Kayamu living today? He's in America. He posted his new house. So it's an America bandwagon of thieves, liars, heartless politicians that will never care. They don't care about you. So we should think about our history and think about defending ourselves against the insecurity they've unleashed intentionally because of the bitumen, because of the gold in Zamfara, the bitumen in Ogun State, because of the resources. Obviously, right now, researchers have gone into research that insecurity in Nigeria is not insecurity. It's orchestrated by those in power, led by the APC party. APC, PDP, they are all the same. So you can fool others, not us. You may mock us for now. Call us barbarians. Yes, we are barbarians. But remember, the barbarians were very organized. They were very disciplined. They invaded Rome, the great Roman Empire. They brought Rome to its knees. The social media barbarians are very organized. They invaded the political space and won the election for Peter Obi. It was stolen from us. We will come again. We will come again. The barbarians did not invade Rome once. It took them a lot of attempts. We will come again. We did it with the answers. We did it with the obedient movement. We need our land back. We need our life. We need our children to have water to drink, to have a better future. We need to be treated as citizens. In 2024, we are still discussing electricity, where countries are going to the moon. One man went to the moon. Brothers and sisters, there is no country. Ojukwu was right. Do we blame Ojukwu for leading that war? No. He was right. He didn't just lead the war. He called the leaders of thought. They were engaged 3 hours. Somewhere in the east. Wale Soyinka was there as a 21-year-old young man. 3 countries were formed. The Republic of Biafra, the Nigerian Republic, and the Oduduwa Nation. But there was sabotage. Why was he doing that? Let everybody exist as neighbors. Well, why are they afraid of division if you cannot give them the basics of life, water to drink, security? These are the smallest things to do for your citizens. They are not your slaves. Even slaves have rights. So it's about buying car for 160 million. This is the type of government you people can campaign for. It's about buying car for 160 million bulletproof when your citizens can't go to school. They can't travel on your express road. They cannot even access to the square meal. As we speak now, I'm on generator. In fact, my gen is not even on because the light is off. I'm talking from Benin City. I'm not in UK. I'm not in Canada. So there's nothing you will tell me about it. From the state house of assembly to local government to the national assembly, it's a background of thieves, liars, egocentric people, self-centered human beings. When we see leaders who wants to build, we know. We saw it in Malaysia. We saw it in Vietnam. We saw it in Cambodia. We saw it in Singapore. We saw it right now in Rwanda. We saw it in South Africa. We are still seeing it in Europe. We are seeing it in Canada. We know when leaders care for their citizens. And you expect me to believe your fallacies, your analysis, your fraudulent document brought by the APC? Please, Najawash, history will judge all of them. Everybody will have justice. Nature, listen, karma is a bitch. It has no respect of anybody. What you sow is what you reap. Continue spreading lies. Continue. The doom is very close. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. I leave it here. This is my humble Logomaki. And as usual, my Logomaki, I leave here without Logo Apacha. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much. You have the opportunity to cement it when we are having our final submission. We're already getting close to 3 hours. Okay, let me quickly go to Mr. Toon, then I'll come to Oga Consign. Mr. Toon, thank you very much for joining us today. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Please unmute yourself, Toon.
Yeah, thanks very much. I hope you're doing good too.
Yes, I'm very good. Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
Please talk to
First
us.
of all, yeah, I'm not going to talk for a long time, but I just want to warn you, Elvis. One man is the most dangerous person that you shouldn't even when you see him, you should be crossing on the other side of the road. He's one of those paid agents that are spreading lies. The guy is a demonic genius.
Hmm.
When I'm telling you this, yeah, I one man, I know you're listening to me, yeah, and at the day I will catch you on the street of London, maybe we both get arrested because you're so evil. So he coming here to that. This is what he does. If you go to his channel, the things you will hear, you will say you'll be wondering, is really? And I'm strongly suspecting that he's on the paid list of Tinubu to spread lies and contort the truth. He goes to all sort of channels like yours. He comes to Rudolph's channel and all that, but everybody are on him now and all that. So he barely comes. When he come, he gets it hot, water. Isn't
Hmm.
means what the other fellow, I don't want to mention his name, that you kicked out last time and banned. That one is another matter. That man is dangerous. Do not be deceived. He is dangerous and evil. Is a certified bigot and a tribalist. Anyway,
Wow.
that is that on the one side. Um, what can I say? Every day is one thing. You see, all the people that um, that voted Tinubu and are supporting him, some that are still standing by him very strongly, like that one man and his satanic. I call his channel a satanic coven. They start their meeting about 2 a.m. UK time, so it's only covens that do meetings at that time of the day. That's why I tell him that he runs a coven of lies and wickedness. See, since this man has gotten onto power, it's all bad news upon bad news. It's like it's just like a portal. A portal has been opened, an evil portal has opened, and all sort of bad things are just happening. He has no plan. They have no plan. See,